Just an appreciation for a guy that we expect to play at an extremely high level when he returns, that the road back is often long and hard and, definitely faces your challenges along the way.
And Mahomes says the goal is to be back without limitations in week 1. Bill Barnwell, whenever we see Mahomes back from ACL, LCL tears in December, he has a new running back, Kenneth Walker III, Super Bowl MVP. How will that addition impact this offense?
I'm excited. This is going to be an evolution for the Kansas City Chiefs when it comes to their run game because of what Kenneth Walker did and did not do in Seattle. He was much better running the football from under center than he was running from the shotgun. Lowest success rate in football amongst regular backs over the last 4 years when he was running from the gun. Now, the Chiefs have been a heavy gun run game, a lot of zone runs from the shotgun. They run a lot of RPOs with Patrick Mahomes. Have to admit, that's kind of a little passe at this point in the NFL. A lot of teams getting under center more often. They want to run more gap runs. Play action from under center has been really efficient. And Kenneth Walker, that fits what he wants to do. They have the interior offensive linemen to do that at a high level. So very intrigued to see if the Kenneth Walker signing means we see more under center for the Chiefs early in the season and how Andy Reid misses up that, the Walker under center run stuff with the Patrick Mahomes gun RPO offense they've run for so many years in Kansas City.
If they do run more under center, and I'm agreeing with Bill, I think they should. I am really interested in seeing if that finally opens up the play action passing attack, which has just not been, a big part of Chiefs offense as of late. And in order to do so, I think they really need to add a receiver who can benefit from that, winning particularly at the intermediate level, right? Those zones created by play action, because right now, there's not one on the roster. Rashee Rice would be in that role, and he showed it his rookie season, but he struggled last year and is likely facing a suspension. And otherwise, you have a couple of deep threats, ostensibly, in Tyquan Thornton and Xavier Worthy, but there's no reliable receiver to work the middle of the field. I think where the Chiefs are drafting in the first round, both spots, there will be opportunities to address that. They have other needs, edge and corner, but I would look at the receivers. If it's not at the top, then maybe later in the draft, a Casey Concepcion perhaps, or a Denzel Boston. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I really want them to come out of the first round with a pass-catching threat.
Yeah. I was talking about this in the comments section that, when Ken Walker was first signed, everybody was like, oh, this is so huge. This is so huge. And I was like, this is nice. Like this is productive, but it's not the difference maker for me, and a lot of Chiefs fans' surprise fashion was they were really happy about that. But when I was talking about in the comments section about really what the Chiefs need, what really moves the needle for me is Patrick Mahomes needs a new safety blanket. He needs his absolute bona fide go-to target who he is just consistently on the same page with. Part of what makes Patrick Mahomes so great and so special. It's essentially if he doesn't have that, he's the key to all of that, but if he doesn't have a lock to unlock, then what good is the key? So, part of what makes Mahomes so special, so dangerous, so clutch, so exhausting. If you're a fan trying to beat him, he needs that go-to. It's why him and Kelsey were so unbelievable for so long. The moment that is removed, you're literally a key with nothing to unlock, and you're just like at that point like, what good is it? You're like, oh, okay. Then it becomes literally like a key to the city where they're like, oh, you have a key to the city. Gret's great. It doesn't unlock anything. What can I do with this? Nothing. It just looks nice. You like hang it on the wall or something. You're like, I have the key to the city. Like that. That's what it's become. And so getting more play action, getting the run game, getting that, all that stuff is great. All that stuff matters. Absolutely. All of that makes a more productive, more efficient offense. No question about it. But it doesn't fundamentally change Patrick Mahomes' ability to use his ultimate superpower. His ultimate superpower. And that to me is what I'm looking for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like that to me is how you allow and extend the greatness, or I should even just say the prime of Patrick Mahomes. Now, I still think you can win and be incredibly successful without all of that. Although Mahomes' game will have to change and Mahomes will have to understand that, but I just think that's how you extend the true magical version of Patrick Mahomes. And to me, that's where the lacking has been. That's where you're just like, what do you do here? Because when you remove that ability, when you remove that threat, defenses are a lot more comfortable playing straight up. And then Patrick Mahomes is not as elusive as he once was. He can't use his legs to the degree that some of these other younger quarterbacks at this moment of time can, even like a Caleb Williams, honestly. I'm not even going to compare him to Josh Allen, Lamar, any of that type of situation. And then it just becomes messy. Patrick Mahomes then tries to do some of the magic that he quite frankly can't do because there's no one on the receiving end at that point. And it's not a matter of just having a great wide receiver or just a great pass catcher. Like, it's more than that. He needs his ultimate bona fide number one target. Not just a receiver who you just know he could just feed the ball to. Again, makes the offense more efficient. Definitely move the ball down the field, score more points, all that type of stuff. But in those magical got-to-have-it moments, the Chiefs need to find that other lock for Mahomes to unlock. That's the way I'm looking at. So that's why any of these other moves, whether it be offensive line, whether it be the run game, whether it be the defense, it's just like those are all great and undeniably make the Chiefs a better, more resilient team, but it's not the full, it's not solving the riddle to me. It's not actually completing the puzzle. And I had that aha moment when I was talking about it in the in the comments section with Chiefs fans, and the whole thing with Rashid, the guy who I was talking to, Sean, mega super Kansas City fan, he was like, I don't think Rashid Rice is even going to be there at all, and I'm like, I honestly don't know, and that type of stuff I was more comfortable talking about than the other stuff that was going on. You get to this type of stuff, I'm like, I don't know, man. So I don't know honestly, and it's not something that I've been really keeping up to with, like, honestly that stuff exhausts me. So at this point I'm just kind of like, I'll just wait and see what happens, But it's just like, it is interesting. You have Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy and Thoron. What do you know if Rashid Rice isn't there? It's like, where are you at with this? If he is, I guess it depends on if you're talking about another suspension, like if he's on the roster, but he's missing, X amount of game, That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like trying to play that game again. We did that last summer and I'm like, I don't want to do that again. But it's just, yeah. Where's that guy? Don't think it's going to be Worthy. I don't think it's going to be Thor. I mean, Thor was getting more comfortable with Mahomes, no doubt. So, like, maybe, but that's where I really would, if I was the Chiefs, and this is the problem of holding on to a Travis Kelce for too long, going all in and finding that next tight end. Really, to me, is really getting that next magical connection. Whether it be a Loveland, a Tyler Warren, I would feel so much better about that, because we know what it was like with Kelce. We know it. We know how seamless and how special that was, and how that mattered way more than a Tyreek Hill connection. We know that. So until Mahomes and the Chiefs have that at the highest level, there will always be something that feels ever so slightly amiss. And I think without that, you'll always hamper a little bit of what makes Patrick Mahomes truly Patrick Mahomes. And so yeah, but those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Kansas City Chiefs? Mahomes, what they need to do to be able to not only get back on track, but to truly regain that magic, that invincibility that they seemingly had for so long. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get into some discussions. Let's get to some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.